right, man. Look, we are back. It is time for another episode of Behind the Brakes. This is episode 98 of Behind the Brakes. We're making brakes for the homie Futurewave today. Underground Titan, and one of my close homies, like, tapped in way early in this drum break process, man. So I'm making a batch of breaks for him. The free breaks are going out to the email list tonight at midnight. If you're watching this later on YouTube or something, they already went out, but you should still sign up for that list. Anyway, we're making breaks for Futurewave today. It's all ride cymbal breaks, so check it out. The kit is back there. I'm gonna take you under the hood. Sit back, relax, enjoy. Behind the Brakes. Let's get it. All right, so here we are behind the kit, folks. If you noticed, my voice is a little bit crispier. It's because I got the mic right here. I got 3 different cameras, which means one thing. The Mac Studio 2022 is finally up and running. It is the M1 Ultra, so it's completely maxed out, 128 gigabytes of memory. This thing is an absolute beast, man. I have not even heard the fans come on. I can touch it, and it's not even hot to the touch. It's absolutely ridiculous. That's why you see the different cameras down there. You see the Ewings. You see the Ewing colorways, man. I got Ewing colorways. I got Carhartt colorways. It's going down. All right, so we're at the kit. I have my ride cymbal over here because I want the stereo image to come out real clear. I don't usually keep it over here, but I will today, because I have a stereo ribbon for the overhead. One capsule is pointing this way, another capsule is pointing that way, right at the ride cymbal. So it's going to have a nice little stereo spread when I hit it. I have the big fat snare drum quesadillas up. They're these dampeners that fit over the toms. You can get them in different sizes. They completely take away the sustain of the toms, but they still preserve the low end. So it gives you that instant kind of dead 70s sound. Speaking of a 70s sound, I have a 1970s Ludwig Acrolite. No, Ludwig Superphonic up, and it's kind of at a medium tuning. It's not that really high, but it's also not super thuddy low. Still got a crack to it, but it's got a whole bunch of mid-range too, all right? And I'm going to be playing a break, man. Let's get to it. Say, bro, you want to hear a drum break? Because I think I might have one for you. I think I got one. Let's see. Let's see. You have to hear the part where it goes to the fill. Check this out. Ugh. All right, let's go into the hood. Enough of me oozing over my own drum break. Let's go into the hood. So, if you have your headphones in, you will notice the stereo ribbon, all right? So I'm going to mute the stereo ribbon. Here's the break without the stereo ribbon overhead. That's why I was playing crossed over like that. Honestly, that doesn't really sound that bad, but check it out with the stereo ribbon on now. Yeah, so obviously, right? So, if you have your headphones in, you will notice the stereo ribbon, all right? So I'm going to mute the stereo ribbon. Here's the break without the stereo ribbon overhead. That's why I was playing crossed over like that. Honestly, that doesn't really sound that bad, but check it out with the stereo ribbon on now. Yeah, so obviously, right? You can get pretty extreme with the way I have it. Let me just save this as a preset here. I'm going to save this as Futurewave, because the homie Futurewave be getting breaks from me. So I'm going to save this as Futurewave. Let me go through some of the other presets that I have in this thing. There's another one called Baby Baby, and it makes it sound like a Smokey Robinson record. All right, so I'm going to go to that preset. Abbey Road Chambers as a saturator by Waves. Should you send this to Waves? I don't know. It's up to you. Go to another setting I have in here. Drum break delay panned. So you can actually have the right signal a little bit later than the left signal. Check this out. The possibilities aren't endless, I would say, but I definitely use the Abbey Road Chambers as my saturator with a tiny bit of reverb on it. Like, a lot. Another thing I'm using on this break is my RC20, so I actually use RC20 as a drum saturator too. There's a couple of parameters in here that are really, really important. The distortion section, I have it on the iron setting, and I have the distortion pretty far up, as you can see. So the iron setting is emulating some SSL transformers, all right? Now, check it out without the RC20 on the master channel. Now, check it out with the RC20 on the master channel. You may not have noticed the difference. Pay attention to the kick, all right? With it off first, and I'm going to turn it on while the break is playing. Pay attention to the kick and the low end. It really helps me get that 40 hertz and above, like 40 to 60, somewhere in there. I don't have a spectrograph up, but that low end, that super thuddy low end, it really helps me accentuate that without giving you that way too much in your face kind of kick, which I don't want for this break. Another thing I always talk about is using the spring reverb to kind of make it sound like there's a clap attached to the snare, all right? So the ROSPR by Black Rooster Audio is up, and I have it on a setting called RA700 that I made. It's actually a preset that I made sound exactly like my Sansui RA700. One of the outputs on it is kind of janky right now. It's giving me some static, so I actually programmed this spring reverb plugin to sound exactly like my RA700 actual spring reverb unit. So here is the break. I have the spring reverb on a bus that a couple of different mics are going to. I'm just going to play you the whole break without the bus, all right? Here you go. You notice it's only catching the snare hits, and I want it that way. Let me turn it up just a little bit so you can hear it through your phone. As I'm putting that back down to the normal level. Y'all got to check out Black Rooster Audio, man. Please go check out Black Rooster Audio. They have a group of some of my favorite joints ever. Like a fresh voice in the plugin space. Really doing a lot of stuff that I don't hear a lot of other plugin companies doing, man. Check them. The last thing I want to show y'all. I know this is a long-winded episode, but I feel like showing y'all some game, man. So the last thing I'm going to show y'all is the Sound Toys Decapitator, all right? So I finally took the plunge and got the Sound Toys bundle, and I, like every other producer who's got the bundle, I am not disappointed, all right? So, check this out. The Decapitator is one of the last things on the drum channel. It's one of the last things on the master channel, all right? Here's the break without it. And here's the brake with it. I mean, you can get really, really gnarly with this plugin. You don't have to. I kind of use it to give me a little bit more volume and a little bit more saturation in that mid to low range. Just beautiful, man. Gorgeous. So as it is with a lot of my sample packs out in the public and my custom batches, all of the raw stems are going to come with this. So Futurewave is getting the raw stems from all 10 mics, just like a lot of my newer sample packs. So the raw stems, we went from this and we turn it into this. I feel like I need to reiterate. We went from this that's fine, right? It's what you might get from some other sample pack companies that are charging you way too much. Futurewave is going to get the left field drum break sound. Let's peep out the loop. Sure. All right, man, look, that is going to wrap it up for me, AJ Hall, on this episode of Behind the Brakes. I sincerely appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Be sure to tune in next time I have one of these. The homie Futurewave is getting a fire batch of brakes today. You can go to leftfielddrumbrakes.com and hit custom orders at the tab on the top, all right? You need custom drum brakes, 16 bars a piece. You can get the added on one-shots. There's options for 10, 20, 30 brakes with the one-shots if you want those too, all right? So I'll send you those. You send me reference tracks or just send me the idea of what you're working on. I'll send you those brakes, one of one. Nobody else gets them, all right? Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Grateful is the understatement, not of the year because it's a new year. Grateful is the understatement of the decade, I think, man. So I cannot thank y'all enough. Tune in next time, man.